All right. Now I know this isn't the best looking unit circle. It's a little bit off. It's not drawn to scale. All right. Especially like this one right here. But bear with me. Immediately, I know I start here, 0. Here, I'll write this in pen so it comes out a little bit better in the camera. I know I start with 0 immediately. I know my 90-degree angle is pi over 2. I know my 180-degree angle is pi. I know my 270-degree angle is 3 pi over 2. When we come all the way back around, it's technically 2 pi. All right? An easy way to remember that is across is pi, back is 2 pi. You cut pi in half. You add pi over 2 to pi. All right? Because we go plus pi over 2, plus pi over 2, plus pi over 2, plus pi over 2. All right? Now, I have pi over 6 here. I'm going to have 5 pi over 6 here. I'm going to have 7 pi over 6 here. And I'm going to have 11 pi over 6 here. All right? Bear with me. I'm just filling it out, and I'll explain to you my thought process at the end. All right. Now here, I know it's 60 degrees, which is pi over 3. I know this is 2 pi over 3. Sorry, excuse me. I know this is 4 pi over 3. And I know that this is 5 pi over 3. All right? And last but not least, this is pi over 4. This is 3 pi over 4. This is 5 pi over 4. And this is 7 pi over 4. And the beautiful thing about math, I know this looks kind of crazy, but the beautiful thing about math is that there's typically going to be patterns. And there's going to be patterns we can recognize. So the first pattern immediately, if we're just looking at this first quadrant, right? If we're just looking at this first quadrant, immediately I recognize we go from 6 to 4 to 3 to 2. We're counting down 6, 4, 3, 2, 6, 4, 3, 2, 6, 4, 3, 2. Say that a few times. Pi over 6, pi over 4, pi over 3, pi over 2. Now, if you notice, the reds, the ones with the denominator of 3, are all on the same area. Pi over 3, we take a break, we have pi over 3 again. Right? We have over 3, a break, over 3 again. All right? So we know they come back to back, essentially. We notice the greens are all in the middle. And the black pen is the first one on the corners, right? So pi over 6, 5 pi over 6, 7 pi over 6, 11 pi over 6. And then obviously the blues are just on our 90-degree angles. Okay? Cool. Now, let's get into how I remember all of this, how I knew that off the top of my head. If we look into this quadrant here, notice how the numerator's coefficient is 1 less value than that of the denominator. We have 2 pi over 3. We have 3 pi over 4. And 5 pi over 6. 5 is 1 less than 6. 3 is 1 less than 4. 2 is 1 less than 3. Boom, easy. And that makes sense because we're approaching 1 full pi. So 2 over 3 is 0.6. 3 over 4 is 0.75. 5 over 6 is more than that. I think it's like 0.8 something. All right? Here, in this third quadrant, maybe some of you can already pick it out, but our coefficient is 1 value greater than our denominator. So we have 7 pi over 6 5 pi over 4, and 4 pi over 3, right? 7 is 1 greater than 6, 5 is 1 greater than 4, and 4 is 1 greater than 3. And this makes sense because 7 over 6 is a smaller value than 5 over 4, which is 1.25. And this is a little bit more, which is 1.33. I think this is like 1.16. This is 1.25. And this is 1.33. And then we have 1.5, right? 3 over 2 is 1.5. So we're approaching that 1.5 value. Now in this quadrant, in this fourth quadrant, we have, this is where it gets a little tricky. The numerator's value is 1 less value, the numerator's coefficient, the coefficient of pi in the numerator, is 1 less value than double our denominator. So 3 times 2 is 6. 5 is 1 less value than 6. 5 pi over 3. Boom, easy. 4 times 2 is 8. 8 minus 1 is 7. 7 pi over 4. Easy. 6 times 2 is 12. 12 minus 1 is 11. 11 pi over 6. Easy. And that makes sense because we're approaching 2 pi. We're technically approaching 12 pi over 6 here. We're approaching 8 pi over 4 here. And we're approaching 6 pi over 3 here. And that's how I personally remember the unit circle. So I want you guys to now exit out of this video and try to draw the unit circle on your own with no notes and it fresh in your head. The more you do this, the more repetition and the more practice you have, the better you're going to be. All right, I'll see you guys in class.